Alright, well, a lot of you guys have been requesting the AK skin tier list, so I'm going to give it to you. Straight off the noggin. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of start with the, kind of go in order of the older skins and end with the newer ones. So first we'll start with the Predator. I'm going to put this in the D tier, because I don't think it's too nice personally. And not much to say about that. Same with the Jungle Spray. I think it's in the similar range. Can maybe make some nice crafts on it, but overall not very exciting. Safari Mesh, you might think is in the similar range, but it's actually one of the cleanest AKs in the game. And I think the crafts that have been done on it are representative of that. And it can come in souvenir, so I like that. That gets S tier for me. Baroque Purple from Canal's collection. I think it's fine. I'm just gonna be in the same range as the D tier for me, along with these two. The Safety Net? I think it's called the Safety Net. Yeah. I kind of like this one a little bit better than these. So, yeah, it's gonna have to go here. I never owned this skin, but I like how it has the white tip. I don't know. From here, I'm gonna move on to the laminates, which I think are probably some of the worst AK skins. So I'm moving all three laminates, blue, black, and red, into the F tier, and green, but this is not updated. So green laminate goes here too. Let's see, the Orbit MK01. This is where we start getting until it's a little bit more acceptable. I'll put this in with the Safety Net. It's okay. A fuel injector. Now we're getting into the seriously good ones. I like the fuel injector. I think it goes well with a lot of gloves, which is a plus. And it has the Tech 9 to match, so I like the AKs that have the Tech 9s to match. There's another one further down the line that might have one as well. But this is gonna go in the B tier for me. Yeah. Rat Rod is from the Shattered Web case. It's nothing flashy, but it's better than average, so it's gonna go in C tier with these. Let's see. Empress. This skin is okay. The Empress is okay. I think this, even though it's a restricted or covert, even though it's covert, I think it also belongs with these guys. The artwork is good. The skin designer that he has a couple other of the skins in the game, they all look good. I like that one. Bloodsport is gonna be... Bloodsport's is similar to the Empress as well. It's gonna go in the C range. If I appreciate it, but I probably wouldn't buy it, it's gonna go in the C range. Jet Set is probably my first or second favorite. I don't know why. It just looks and feels good. I like how it has stickers, kind of like patches on it that look like stickers. And I like the way that Katowice stickers look on it. Like especially, I think they mix in well. So that goes another second one for the S tier category for me, based on just personal preference. A Wasteland Rebel. I like this skin. This is in the same boat as Fuel Injector for me. Both of these are, I would buy them, but only on a good day. I think Emerald Pinstripe probably belongs with the laminates. I don't see much different. Not too much different. The Jaguar, I don't know if it can make it into C tier. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna have to stick it in D, even though stick it in the D, even though it has potential virtus.pro head crafts on the head of the Panther. You can do some funny crafts with that. I think just because of the crafts that you can do with it, it goes in the C tier, just because of the funny things. The first class, the baggage collection is a big plus, but the fact that it's garbage gives it the F tier as well, unfortunately. Even though baggage collection. Fire Serpent, very nice. Most people would probably consider A or S tier, and I would agree. I'm gonna give it A. X-Ray, one of the newer Broken Fang AKs. This one, I think, is one of the most overpriced in the game. All the X-Ray skins I'm not a fan of. But since it's so expensive, it goes in C tier. You know, we gotta give it some credit for the rarity. Neon Rider. This, I think, is maybe one of the trashiest skins. If you, like, only played Overwatch and Valorant and you came to CSGO, this is probably the first skin you would buy. And that's why it's going in D. Panthera Anka has more craft potential than the Jaguar, and looks nicer, and has a textured pattern. I really like this skin. I don't think it belongs in A, but I would buy it. So I think it belongs in B. Next up, we have the Wild Lotus. This gun is pretty... This skin is pretty infamous, considering all of Na'Vi used it during the major.
G2 needs something.
With the 4x Reason Hollows, and that looks nice. But without them, and the fact that I wouldn't buy it, it's gonna go in the B tier as well. Frontside Misty, I don't have to say anything, it's going straight into F. Vulcan, I've owned 2 of these. One with cool stickers on it, one without. And for some reason, I always got tired of it. Like, I would like it, and then I would realize that it wasn't all that. So it's gonna go, I think, in C also. At this point, I think this list is getting very controversial. Which is fine. Because it's my personal preference. Now onto the point disarray, which immediately gets the F. I don't know who designed this skin or thought it belonged in CSGO, but I think that they were on crack. And I hate it. I hate it. Elite build, D. I don't know why it's better than F, but for some reason it's a D. Aquamarine. I like this decently, but I'm also going to put it in D because I wouldn't never buy it. Maybe it would look cool with some cool stickers on it, but I don't know about it. Redline, just because of the red highlight and the eye by power, 4x eye by power crafts, it gets a D as well. Other than that, it doesn't blow my socks off. Redline doesn't blow my socks off. I don't know if there's any skins that I do like. Uncharted is getting... Uncharted was my first AK. My first skin in all of CSGO. My first craft, which I will show. It holds a special place in my heart. And that's why it gets a C. Because it's clean. It has a textured pattern, which I like. Like the Gugnir. It's like if the Gugnir was a brown AK. Yeah. Asimov is the same as the Vulcan. There is no difference between the Asimov and the Vulcan. This is the Legion of Anubis. This goes in F instantly. I don't like this skin. Is it called Wasteland Princess? I don't even know what it's called. It's one of the AKs, I don't even know what it's called. Phantom Disruptor. I think it's nice. I think it's better than F. And now we have the AK Case Hardened, which I think is one of the most controversial skins, in my opinion. Somehow when you press F, the AK Case Hardened turns into a piece of shit. Even if it's the 661. When you inspect the AK Case Hardened, I hate it. It looks so bad. They can look really good in the default, like while you're just holding it, or while you're shooting or reloading. But inspecting the AK Case Hardened, I'm not about it. The fact that it's so legendary and that it could be up to like $1 million is the only reason it's making it into C. Cartel, I can appreciate it, but it's basically just a default AK. So it has a textured pattern though, and that's something that we like, but it doesn't have enough to move it out of F. Hydroponic, I think this one's pretty funny, so it goes in S. Now I don't have the... It's not quite an updated list, so I'm missing, I believe, 3 skins. First, the Nightwish. Nightwish, I think, has serious potential. I think the Nightwish, the thing I appreciate about it is that it has a hollow effect that I don't think we've even seen on any gun in CS yet. So that's pretty cool. But this strange... I'm not super about it. I think for me, it's going to make it into the C category as well. Just because I'm not a huge fan of the actual artwork and the color scheme. Other than that, it's decent. The Leap Museo, I like artwork. I like Picasso. I think it is a unique skin for CSGO. The Leap Museo is an art appreciator's skin. And I think it belongs in C tier. Just because of the art. The Gold Arabesque is going in F. Certainly F. It's one of my least favorite skins. The Gold Arabesque. And last but not least, the AK Slate, which is without a doubt, by far, the worst skin that has ever been released in Counter-Strike. There is not a worse skin than the AK Slate. Unless you put 4 2021 Furia hollows on it.